What is up? What is up? What is up, everyone? Everyone, everyone. It is another day, another time, and another week for yours and my favorite Wednesday night show. I'm talking about your favorite show, my favorite show, Kingdom Boss Mindset. You all. I am here. I am here. I am here. Yes, I know it's a little earlier than what we're used to, but y'all, some things came up, and one of the things that I love about my guest tonight is that she is very flexible. We work well together. Me and her always have each other's back. So you all tonight, I have with me tonight someone that really needs no introduction. Like I have been on her platforms on multiple of occasions, and she has been on mine. I have worked with her on her platform, and you all, she is just a awesome woman of God. I'm talking about Miss Lady V, the the motivational speaker, the woman that will speak life into you when you need it the most, the woman that is a poet that will drop some bars on your behind. And let me tell y'all, if you don't want the truth, don't call Lady V because you definitely gonna get it from her. So you all, not only is she a poet, not only is she an amazing woman of God, not only is she just awesome in everything that she does, and not only does she do everything in the spirit of excellence, you all, she is also the founder of the Too Gone, Too Long Judgment Free Network. You all, and I definitely have some shows over there, and you all, it is a blessing to work with her. So you all, after this intro plays, after this countdown plays, I want y'all to stay with us because after this countdown plays, the next face and the next voice you will see will be that of Miss Lady V. And you all, I need y'all to stay tuned to the very end of this show tonight because we dropping some big news. All right, we dropping some big news, but the only way you're gonna know what it is if you stay tuned to the very end of this podcast tonight. All right, peace. Let's hit it. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing?
Hey, 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 hey. How is everybody doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. You already know it.
Man, y'all, this is what people don't know. A lot of people won't remember this, but the very first time you and I had a conversation, it was on a meeting greet.
It was.
And you all, when I tell y'all, this woman sat there and read me my rights. I didn't even know I needed it. But she sat there and literally read me my rights to a point to where I was like, dang, I wasn't expecting that. But I needed it at that moment. And I appreciate her for that.
Hey, you're welcome. For me, that is what your favorite spiritual release coach gonna do. Because I'm not just your any type of spiritual release coach. I am your favorite spiritual release coach, meaning that I ain't gonna sugarcoat it with you, baby. If this is how it is, this is how it is, and I gotta tell it and give it to you raw and uncut. And so
Amen. And like I
you
told
already
them, if they don't want the truth, don't come to you.
Now you really don't want to, baby. I might not be the one that you want to talk to. See, because some people can live on a lie and be okay with it, you know. But if you really want the truth so that you can grow and that you can be a better you, then yes, I'm gonna be that person for you because I'm all about motivating you. I'm all about making sure that you are being pushed to your greatest limit because God didn't make us mediocre. He made us to be great.
Amen. 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 All right. All right. All right. So I'm gonna let you tell them a little more about yourself because I'm sure I missed some stuff. Go on ahead.
Well, I am the one and the only Miss Lady V. I am your favorite spiritual release coach. I am the founder as well of the Too Gone Too Long Judgment Free Network, where we give truth, where we speak our truth, where we help each other to grow and to actually spread love throughout God's precious land. I am the founder, as the co-founder, not the founder, but the co-founder as well for Elliott Knight Professionals. And now I'm actually the owner of Elliott Knight Professionals, where we actually do creative storytelling and transformation. That's who we are. We are a creative storytelling and transformation firm, meaning that you can tell your story and transform your life because sometimes that's what we need. We need to be able to tell our story, but we need to be able to transform our life as we're doing that. Because what's the purpose of telling the story if you're not going to heal from the story? And so, and we all have a story to tell, but some of us need to go ahead and start transforming our lives from our stories. And so that's what I do. I help individuals get their stories out there. I help individuals know who they are and find their purpose, find their platform, find their reasoning for doing what God called us to do because we all have a reasoning. We all have a reason. It's just all about how do we find our reasoning and what we do. And so for me, I teach the ROAR method, which means to release old narratives, to and old baggage and limited beliefs, the things that keep holding us back, and then to overcome the obstacles that's standing in your way. Because once you release it, you still have those obstacles. Well, what was those obstacles that was standing in your way that was hindering you from being great, from continuing to be great? And then once you figure that out, you have to awaken the rebel within so that you can be great, so that you can roar in your greatness. Because there's a little girl, little boy sitting inside that is waiting for you to just awaken the rebel within. And then we rise to our greater self. And so that's what I do in a nutshell is I help individuals roar in their greatness.
And that she is definitely gonna push it out of you. She's gonna push that greatness out of you. You are not gonna be able to walk in mediocrity and be around her because
No,
she's gonna push you to your utmost greatness.
I just feel like if we're not gonna live in our bossness, then what we doing? I mean, we just really just existing in life. We're not living. We're just existing. And for me, I don't want to just be existing when God told me I could live life abundantly right here on earth.
Amen. So, all right, here's my first question to you:
Hmm.
who was Lady V before the brand?
Lady V was crazy. Lady V was wild. Lady V was a
Lady V
madam.
still
Lady V
crazy.
was lost. Lady V was confused. Lady V was a lot of things. Lady V was angry. I was angry at the age of 8, I was molested. By the age of 15, I was a madam. By the age of 18, I was just a high price cowgirl. That's what I was. That's what I did. I never had a pimp. I was my own pimp. I was my own worst enemy. And so I was all about going to get that money and living in the streets and living the street life because I was looking for love that I thought the streets was going to offer me. And then I realized that the streets don't love me at all. The streets have actually been playing me and making me destroy my life more than what I was supposed to. And so I didn't want to continue down that road anymore. And so Lady V was just, she wasn't even Lady V. Okay. She wasn't even Lady V. She was just out here being Tavana. And she was just out here being Vana. She was just out here being wild and crazy and just calling herself living her life. She was saying that, she loved her and, she was, oh, I love me some me. You can't tell me nothing and all this old wild stuff. And I was just out here free falling, is what I was doing. I was really free falling and not in a good way. Um, I was stumbling for what it was that I needed for me because I didn't know what I really needed for me. And so I was lying to myself. I was living the perfect lie, and which a lot of us do so many times is we live a perfect lie. We do. And so that's who I was before the brand. I was just out here wilding out, being crazy, about to go to prison. See, I don't mind people telling people, baby, I'm one step from catching a criminal case. It could have been me.
Come on. And could have. And if we really honest, every last one of us are ex something.
Mm-hmm.
But a
Exactly.
lot of us don't want to talk about that.
Of course, we don't wanna talk about it because from like, I know from my generation, I come from a generation, what happens in this house stays in this house. We was not allowed to talk about these things. We were not allowed to say, "This is what happened to me." We were not allowed to share these things. And so this is what I really appreciate about this particular generation is the fact that they don't care.
Mm,
They don't care. But they're letting us know that guess what? We can talk about the things that we need to talk about. That we don't have to keep shutting them out. We don't have to keep lying and we don't have to keep portraying and acting as if they didn't exist. And so they're giving more people courage to be able to discuss the things that happen because we were always told, you don't shame this family. You don't say what happened in this house. You don't talk about this and you don't talk about that. We were not allowed. You really ain't even supposed to be seen. You ain't supposed to be seen or heard.
come on. You're
That's
not,
where we come from. Yeah, you're
children are
not supposed
supposed
to
to
be
be
seen or heard.
viewed.
Exactly. So we had to really be like, shh. So now that a lot of us is speaking up and speaking out, people's like,
Then we the
what?
problems.
Yes, and it is, but we're not stopping because at the end of the day, we went through these things because that's why we have to go through these tests so we can have a testimony.
Mm.
So that we can be able to share and tell somebody else how to overcome these obstacles, how to be able to be free of the bondage that we were in, how to be able to keep on and release and keep on moving forward so that we can grow and we can heal. We are now being able to say, yes, we're going to talk about it. We shouting about it and we don't care. We don't care. We letting them know, baby, in this season. We don't care how you feel, what you're thinking about it. We are not being silenced. That is just dead. That's dead and gone. We're not being silent anymore. And so
And
many
that's
times
where we
we were
have to
told,
be.
be silent.
Yeah. It's the what goes on in our house stays in our house mindset. Like we said, we over there at this point in our lives
Hmm. Hmm.
because that is what has held a lot of us back.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why so many of us stay in bondage. That's why so many of us stay in our trauma. We continue because we're not allowed to come out of our trauma because we're not allowed to talk about it, which
Mm.
means that we hold it right here in our mind. We hold it right here in our hearts and we never let it go. We never because we can't express it. We can't. So how do you let go of the trauma when you don't have any tool to let go of the trauma?
That's good. That's when you gotta find the tools to let it go. It's like, you know what? You saying let it go, you saying move on, but how do I move on when I can't even get grasp the fact that you hurt me? You won't even accept the fact that what you did hurt me.
Right. Well, this is my thing. Let me say something right there for that. First of all, people not gonna grasp why they hurt you because hurt people. But hurt people cannot hurt healed people.
Mm.
And so many times we're sitting around waiting for somebody else to acknowledge and take accountability of what they did to us, how they
That's the
hurt
thing.
us, why they did this, why they did that. We're trying to analyze it over. We're just doing too much. Where in reality, if we just focus on us, make us a priority, and say, you know what, I am worthy. I am more than enough. I am a priority. I don't deserve this. I can move on and let me show you how I'm going to move on. But some of us get so stuck because we were so hurt, not realizing that people gonna hurt you because they're people, they're human, and none of us is perfect. You're gonna get hurt. It's all about how do you channel that hurt? Do you sit and waddle in it? Do you get depressed and have anxiety behind it? Or do you dust yourself off and say, you know what, let me boss up and put my big girl drawers on, my big boy drawers on, and let me go on and do what I gotta do for me? See, for me, I channel hurt differently. Because when you hurt me, you just gave me the strength and the power to do something that I never thought I could do.
Come on.
And that was walk away.
Come on.
Because sometimes we stay in situations way too long, longer than we need to. And we know that we need to walk away, but we won't because we are afraid. We are afraid to say, I'm worthy. I'm more than enough. I don't deserve this. I don't have to take this. So we'll sit and we'll waddle in it and we'll say, oh, they hurting us. Oh, they doing this to us. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But we stay. And then one day we wake up and we say, oh, you know what? I've had enough. I'm going to walk away. But my grandmother used to tell me one thing, and I held on to this. She said, when you get sick and tired, then you will do something about it. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what she meant. And sometimes we have a lot of people out here saying, "Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired."
You're not tired of
No,
it enough.
you
But
are
you
not
staying
tired
there.
of it. Yeah, you ain't. See, you tired, but you ain't sick and tired. See, because when you become sick and tired, that means you start to get sick inside your body to the point it's making you sick where it's either live or die. Meaning that this situation will make you if you don't walk away, you can die from it
Come on.
because toxicity can kill you. And so that's what this is. That's what it is. If you don't walk away, you can die from it. That's when you know that you are sick and tired. In my body, I couldn't take no more. And I knew that it was either life or death for me. And I chose life for me because so many people, they say they want to live, but they hold on to situations that's not for them. So how are we living tiredly? How are we living in stuff that we know we need to let go? It's time to just let go. Let go and let God. Let God have his way. God done already told you 5 times that you need to walk away, but you're still holding on. And now you wonder why you're sick, but you ain't tired yet. That's all I
No.
got to say about
Because
that.
there's a difference between being sick and tired.
That's right.
There's a big difference.
It is.
Man, we haven't even gone through half of these questions yet. Come on. All right. We're gonna go into a little game.
All right, bet. Come on.
All right. So Kingdom or culture? So I'm gonna read a statement, and you got to tell me, is that kingdom or is that culture?
Okay.
All right. Grind until you drop.
Ooh, well, it depends on how you grind it,
Okay.
because it could be kingdom and it can be culture. Because for me, I ain't gonna grind till I drop, but I grind for God. And as long as I'm grinding for God, that's kingdom.
I
But
agree with
grinding
that.
till you drop and you just doing it for you, that's culture.
I would agree with that. Rest is rehabilitation.
That's kingdom.
Okay. Okay. If it costs your peace, it's too expensive.
That's kingdom.
All right. All right. Fake it until you make it.
Oh, that's culture.
Obedience over optics.
You said obedience over what?
Optics.
Oh yeah, that's kingdom.
All right. And last one. West is rebelling.
That's culture.
All right. All right. All right. Now we're gonna do another game. So 60 seconds, boss fire. So you got 60 seconds. All right. I'm gonna ask you some questions, and you got to answer these questions with short answers in 60 seconds. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna start my stopwatch, and your time starts as soon as I read your first question.
Okay.
Legacy or luxury?
Legacy.
All right. Influence or impact?
Impact.
All right. Prayer or planning?
Prayer.
All right. Faith or strategy?
Faith.
Obedience or opportunity?
Obedience.
Private growth or public success?
Private growth.
Y'all, she answered those questions the fastest of anybody. She answered those questions in 26 seconds. Like you still had seconds on the clock and you finished. Y'all see why she one of my favorites. Like y'all see why that's my homie.
That's about knowing who you are. That's about knowing where you are in your journey and in your walk. You know what I'm saying? It ain't rocket science. It's just, it's easy when you know exactly where God is taking you and where He wants you to be. When you don't know that, it may take you a little bit longer because you got to think a little bit longer. But hey, I don't knock nobody. I just know where I am in my growth with God, where I
Amen to
am in
that.
my walk.
I would agree with that. I. So we're gonna ask you a few more questions.
Right on.
What did God have to remove before He elevated you?
People.
Okay.
People's my worst they're my worst things because being a helper could sometimes be an enabler.
Mm,
And so it could be a curse too. So he had to move some people out of my way because everybody can't go with you.
I agree with that. There are some people that you trying to drag with you, kicking and screaming, and that's why you can't make it to the top.
Exactly. Because they ain't trying to go anyway. You
Mm-mm.
know, you can't save everybody, even when
And you
you want
can't.
to. And just because it's your dream and your vision and your goal, and you think they may be a good fit, don't mean they really are a good fit.
And they don't because some people are just there to get what they can get out of you.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. What moment? What was the moment you realized you were called to move? You was called to do more.
I was called in 2002. Actually, I was called in 2009. I was called to do more in 2016. I still didn't follow y'all. I didn't follow. I was being very disobedient. It was 2019 where I realized that, okay, Lord, I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting. You win. Like sometimes that be our problem. We be fighting against God's basic instructions and then thinking that we're gonna win and then mad because we fail. We fail because we're not being obedient. We fail because we're not listening. And that's where I was. I failed because I didn't want to listen. But now I'm winning because I'm being obedient and I'm following. I'm walking with God this time. I'm following God's basic instructions. I'm not doing it Lady V's way.
I like that. I like that. You're not doing it Lady V's way.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Every time I do it Lady V's way, baby, it just do not go right at all. But when I follow God's plans and His way, it just falls right in place the way it's supposed to go. So
I
be
agree.
obedient.
I agree. So we are gonna close it out like this, and then for those of you who stay tuned, y'all, like I told y'all, stay tuned. There's a big announcement. But right now, what I want you to do, Lady B, because you're coming back. I'm not gonna say your final words, but I want you to
Okay.
have some words, and I want you to tell my audience where they can find you at, and then I'm gonna drop this big announcement for them, y'all.
Right on. So my thing is continue to roar in your greatness. Don't be afraid to be great. Don't be afraid to be authentically you. Stop trying to live in somebody else's shoes because they don't fit you. Okay. Them are not your shoes. Take them off. Okay. Wear your own shoes and be okay in it and know that you can roar in your greatness. You can find me, Miss Lady V, on Linktree at Lady V ENP, Elliott Knight Professional. So Linktree ENP, Lady V ENP is where you can find me at on all social medias and all platforms. And you can get on my calendar as well for a free session so that I could be your favorite spiritual release coach and help you overcome the obstacles that's standing in your way. I want to help you. Let me. Let this be your year that you bet on you.
All right, all right, all right. So y'all heard her. And trust and believe me, y'all, she is coming back. I promise y'all that. But
For sure.
now it's time to make this big announcement, y'all. As of today, if you go over to this link right here, James H. Glover Studios, Reverend James H. Glover III, has just dropped a 30-day devotional on Kingdom Boss Mindset. I want to give some shout outs to some people that have pushed me through this journey. My sis Altavia, she stayed on my case until I got this done. My co-host Miss Hannah Irby, she stayed on my case until I got this done. Miss Cortesia Oxford, I want to give her a shout out. To Miss Danny Marie, I want to thank her for her help. And to even Lady V, she has helped me in so many ways. There have been many people that have pushed me and challenged me to do this. And I'm grateful for them. To my sis, T. Marie, shout out to her. She helped me. And so many others. So many others. I don't want to start naming too many names because I know I'm going to forget somebody. But there have been people that have told me, like, yo, it's time. It's time. It's time. Well, it has been dropped. You can go over here to this link right there. Go over there to that link. And y'all, guess what? It's only $9.99. I'm not making it too expensive for y'all. $9.99. You get this book. All right. And It's crazy.
Congratulations.
It is crazy. I never thought I would do it, but I got it done.
I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your help and your support as well. It means the world to me. So you all, as I always say, sometimes our disappointments are nothing more than God's appointments, meaning some things that we look at as bad, God is only turning it around for our good. Stay blessed, be blessed, and be a blessing to someone else. Yo, what up to my sis, Miss Sarah? God bless you, sis. And y'all, we out of here. Peace.
Thank you for watching the James H. Glover Studios exclusive episode. We pray you've been blessed. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe to all of our stations. Be blessed.